What's the third story going to be?
That's a good question.
What's left?
Well,
What are some of the big storylines that haven't been covered yet?
Extinction Agenda.
No.
What was that about?
It was about they'd been building up this Genosha storyline,
Yeah.
and it was about everybody in the X-Men getting kidnapped and Genosha becoming the slave state for mutants and getting
Again?
their minds wiped. And what do you mean again? When did that happen?
Well, the Genosha storyline originally started. That's what they could do next, is the Genosha storyline. After the X-Men die in Fall of the Mutants, they go to Australia. And in Australia, the book gets really bad for a little bit. There's like a 5-issue lull where maybe Claremont was like, I don't know what to do next, because it's not like they can meet up with Freedom Force or the Marauders or anybody like that, because everybody thinks they're dead. So he had to invent new enemies for them to fight in Australia. And then eventually they came up with the Genosha storyline in like 231, 232 time frame. And we were introduced to the idea of a mutant slave colony on this island of Genosha. So that's kind of where I wasn't collecting. So,
Well, I think Extinction Agenda was the culmination of the Genosha storyline.
well, that could be the third storyline. I mean, it could be Genosha. Genosha would be a pretty cool storyline. It would be fairly reasonable to do. I'm going through all the other ones, like
They could do Fall of the Mutants, which is all take place in the sewers
No, that was
with the Morlocks.
no, that wasn't Fall of the Mutants. That was Mutant Massacre. That's what
Mutant Massacre.
the Morlock story was
Okay.
called. You could do that, I suppose.
And then there's Inferno, which probably wouldn't translate very well
You
to...
couldn't do Inferno. What else is there? There's like all the stories that I'm not familiar with, like Age of Apocalypse and...
Age of Apocalypse would be... It's another future story, so I wouldn't see them doing
Phalanx.
another one.
There was one that went through all of the annuals, which was really bad. I can't remember what it was called. Atlantis Attacks or something.
The Fall of Atlantis or Atlantis Attacks.
Yeah. The Genosha would be, I think, the best one.
Yeah,
You can relate to that. A bunch of humans who are like this island where you got mutants with cool powers, like basically mowing the lawn and like picking stuff out of their, And
Would that translate well to the 60s, though? Or I guess we'll be in the late 60s by the time of this X-Men First Class 2. So we'll probably be in the 70s by the third one.
where does that ever fit in? I mean, I guess it would fit better in like the 50s or 40s, because the way I envision it, I kind of envision it like where it's like you've got mom and dad and the kids come downstairs and here's your lunch, Johnny, and Johnny's like, thanks, Mom. Oh, peanut butter and jelly without the crust is my favorite. Well, I'm off to school. And then he runs outside and literally like picking stuff out of like a stretchy man picking stuff off the roof, like, we'll see you later, Johnny. And Johnny like, see ya, Stretcho. And then, then that would be like that scene. But then you'd have like these mutants that are being tortured and doing crazy stuff. And then they rise up. And then somehow the X-Men are like, there's this place called Genosha. We need to... That could be a cool story. Magneto could get involved because he'd be like, oh, this is why we have to kill all the humans, Professor X.
Yeah, we have to keep in mind that it's got to revolve around Professor X and Magneto's relationship, because that's what these seem to concentrate on.
And then Professor X is like, no, they're just misguided. We need to stop them, shut them down, but then show them that we're all just people. No, Charles, don't you understand? That could be really... All right, dear Hollywood, if you're listening, I think we just laid out the Genosha storyline for you. Yeah? Some of the X-Men get captured, they get tortured, and they have like a, come to Jesus moment. They're like, there's kind of like a split where maybe Havoc's like, oh, I don't know, Professor, I'm with you, but I don't like it. You get some personality splits, so it's not so happy-go-lucky. But then in the end, they stop the Genoshans and they continue on. And then that's the end. That's a nice bookend for the series. Because like each movie has to get like kind of up the ante a little bit, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think that could up the... It's a whole island that's designed to hold back the mutants. You could have a couple Sentinels in there too if you really wanted to.